today, tomorrow, yesterday. I don't know, it's your choice to decide on what you're going to focus on. But just remember, tomorrow is a promise to no one. Good morning. Thanks for joining me. The Morning Walk, episode 71. Coming to you this morning from Monash University down in Melbourne. Absolutely sparkling day down here. Start of the springtime. Birds are out. Trees are starting to bloom. It's just kind of really cool to get onto a campus early in the morning, just as people are sort of starting their days here. Students are arriving for the early classes. Professors, admin staff all arriving for work. One of those things that just has a lovely vibe to it, real privilege. Thanks for joining me for a walk around. It's a little bit different today because I flew in late last night. I have meetings here this morning, so it's just a little bit slow getting started, if you know what I mean. Kind of heading into the central part of campus for meetings and just check out what this place is all about. Last night, flying down, had one of those nice travel karma moments where I was sitting on the plane, actually used frequent flyer points to upgrade to business, otherwise I would have had to sit in the airport for like 5 hours. So I went up to the desk and said, hey, is there anything I can do? And they said, well, you can use some points and upgrade to an earlier flight in business class. I said, yes, thank you. I will totally do that. It's a very good idea. And ended up sitting next to this really interesting bloke from Darwin. He's actually Irish. Belfast, and somehow managed to land himself in Darwin. It's just one of those kind of really nice chats where for an hour you chew the fat, share your thoughts on this whole kind of really wide range of subjects, and it's like you've known each other for years. It's that kind of like easy conversation. We were just going on about all sorts of different stuff. It was awesome. He actually said something to me which was, I thought, quite beautiful, which was tomorrow is a promise to nobody. And I thought that was really quite cool, right? We hear a lot like we need to focus on the present and, live for the day, all that kind of stuff. But tomorrow is a promise to nobody. I thought it was a beautiful expression that really highlighted how when we put stuff off until tomorrow, so often it doesn't happen. When we tell people that we're going to do something for them at some other point in time, it often just doesn't come to fruition. Tomorrow is a promise to nobody. Monash University is one of the biggest universities in Australia, literally like tens of thousands of students. I can't remember how many, 60, 70,000 students here. Very strong research intensive institution as well. Awesome place to come and study in. Absolutely love the student vibe in this place. It's really quite extraordinary. On campus, it's sort of just warming up here. A few people out and about. I just love how in a few hours' time this place is going to be absolutely pumping, full of energy. But for now, it's a bit like one of my earlier episodes when I was walking around the Sydney CBD. In the morning as the sun was coming up and there's just nobody around. It's like the city is asleep. This is a bit like the university is asleep right now. Super cool. This is definitely a kind of university I think that would be pretty amazing to study at, because not only is like the academic standard super high, but so many opportunities to do things outside the classroom. I'm actually meeting with the study abroad guys this morning to talk about various bits and pieces. You can study overseas, leadership opportunities, clubs, societies. There's just so much going on. I think that's important for a university. So much stuff out there about how important it is to live in the present tense, but it's really fucking hard to do. So how do you do it? Honestly, I just think it's about gratitude. Like when you actually stop and really reflect on the things that you have in your life, you know. Not the stuff that you don't have. And really reflect on the things that you can do, not the things that you can't do. You know, when you really focus on that gratitude and you really feel it, like how fucking lucky we are just to be alive. And wherever you are, you know, like there's always somebody that's got it worse than you. There's always something that you've got that's amazing and unique, you know, whatever that is. And when you really focus on that, like you just place your attention on all the things that are right rather than all the things that are wrong. Like there you genuinely kind of like live in the present tense, and what you find is that, I don't know, so much of that like frustration and anger that we can experience in our lives, like it's not that you don't experience that anymore, it's just that it becomes less important, it becomes less significant than the things that actually matter. Still lots of construction going on at this uni, like every other uni in the country pretty much. Going places, building stuff. Well, looks like the people responding to the fire alarm are here. Men and women in black. Solve problems. There we go. Someone can tell them that there ain't no fire. False alarm, people. If I think back to my conversation last night on the plane with Johnny from Belfast, you know, this dude had the most incredible stories of growing up, like really rough upbringing at times, like lots of violence and that sort of stuff. And, you know, someone like that, he even admitted it, was like kind of stuck in that world of negativity and what have you, and it's very hard to emerge. But in the end, you know, he managed it because he was just kind of focusing on the present and being grateful for what he had, and realised that, you know, once you move to Australia, you're pretty fucking lucky to be here. Just living in this country, right? We are so lucky to live in Australia. And wherever you are, like, there's always something positive about where you're living and the things around you, the people around you, as hard as things may otherwise be. So, where we place our attention, you know, where we place our focus, is like where we direct our energy, and you know, the future that we kind of make possible for ourselves. So what are you going to focus on? Like today, tomorrow, yesterday? I don't know. It's your choice to decide on what you're going to focus on. But just remember, tomorrow is a promise to no one. If it ain't happening today, it ain't happening. A handful of thoughts for you this morning. Been really nice walking around Monash University. Thank you for having me. Had a great meeting there too. I'm Rob Malicki, and I'll see you next time on the morning walk. Thanks for joining me.